How low can you go?
How low can you go? Seriously, how low can you go, Chris? We're talking golf here. 2025. Spring has sprung.
Yes.
The golf season is upon us.
Yes.
We are in Scotland.
Yes.
The home of golf, where this great game began. So I'm going to ask you again, how low can you go? Talk to me.
Okay, let me just ask you one thing, Dave. Are you asking how low can I go in a single season? Are you asking how low can I go in a single round? Or are you asking how low can I go with my handicap? Wait, give me a little bit of clarity here, Dave.
Okay, so probably a mixture of all of that. However, let's face it, like pretty much anyone who plays golf, anyone who tees it up, they are trying to get better. They want to have a lower handicap. I think most people who play at the start of a golf season, they're dreaming of having a lower handicap by the end of the season. It's kind of the aim of the game. So let me ask you that again. How low can you go? What's your handicap going to be at the end of the 2025 season? What's your target, Chris?
It's going to be scratch. 0.0. That's where I'm going to be at the end of the season. That's the mountaintop. That is what I look to every single season is scratch. 0.0. I've never got there. It's agonizing how hard it's been, but I've never got to that mountaintop, and I'm dreaming about it, but I've never got to 0.0. But at the end of this year, I'm going to be scratch.
Wow, that's big talk, Chris. But just for context, so anyone listening can get a feel for how realistic a target this is or how ambitious a target this is. What is your current handicap right now, right this moment?
So my current handicap just now is 2.0. So
Okay.
I'm near enough there, but I'm not at the same time, if that makes sense.
Right, okay. So like 2.0 and then getting down to scratch, and we're talking by the end of this season. So I think we're talking kind of within 6 months.
Yep.
By towards, like, here we are, late May, early June. I think we're looking at kind of late November. So, like I say, 6 months, 2.0 getting down to 0.0.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't sound that hard, Chris. Is it really that difficult when you get, like, I know you guys are like low single digit players, but is it really that difficult to get from 2 down to scratch?
Yeah, let me tell you, I think it's extremely hard, and I don't think I'm alone here when I say that there'll be other golfers out here that are single handicap like golfers that say it's so hard to get from like 9 to 5 to 5 to 2 to 2 to scratch.
Right.
Listen, I've golfed since I was 6 and now I'm 29, and I'm not saying that's a fair representation of like not getting to scratch, but it's been extremely hard to get there. And as I say, I know a bunch of guys that are in the same position who can't get to that mountaintop,
like
0.0.
Like really good players. Like, let's face it, 2.0 is pretty good at golf. Let's be frank here. But yeah, so you're saying there's a lot of players in a similar position to you that you meet who find that, like, getting right down to that kind of mystical scratch level, that sort of mountaintop, as you said, it just becomes harder and harder once you get kind of closer. It feels like you get closer, but then you still are so far away, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, exactly that. And I think, like I was saying, I've golfed since I was 6.
Yeah.
So been golfing for a long time, and I like grew up in Perth, and I golfed to this course called Craigie Hill. And that's where I learnt most of my golf. It's a brilliant course in the way that it teaches you a lot. You can hit an amazing drive, and then your next shot is in a bush for some reason. Growing up there, basically the pro there really looked after the juniors and pushed us on. Like, they would throw par 3 competitions. They would go on like golf tours up to Aberdeen, so you could play all the different courses.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went and played golf at Glen Eagles, they done a winter kind of program.
Oh, wow. Glen Eagles.
It was amazing. So basically I would go out most weekends and they would just teach you the fundamentals of golf and like watch your swing, and they would play like games like horse where, for example, we're in the back bays and they would ask you to play a draw, and then if you didn't play the draw, then they would give you the letter H and so on, and then you would go out the weekend after and they'd take you on the back 9 of the course, the PGA course. And
oh wow, the PGA Centenary.
Yeah, it was amazing. So they would, and again, how I was saying, they would get you to play that draw. Say, for example, you're behind a tree.
Yeah.
They would say, right, okay, this is where I want you to play that draw. And then if you don't play the draw, you would get the letter H. But at the same time, they would then critique and tell you what you could do better. So that I still, some of the stuff that they taught me, I still take with me in every, like in a round of golf.
Right.
Yeah.
And it really, I guess that experience really kind of helped teach you the art of shot making, I suppose, in golf.
Yeah, definitely. And then from there, I done my final year in high school where I played varsity golf.
Oh, right. So you went over to America and like you were like on the verge of...
Yeah, I was close.
Like college golf.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
I was very close, but it ended up not working out for me, which I think which happens for a lot of golfers out there that are trying to get there.
Probably a lot of golfers,
It's not as easy as you think. And it got to the point that I was in such a rut with my golf. I quit golf for 6 years.
Really? Right? You completely quit? Okay.
Yeah, like I just had to quit. It was just, I think a lot of people can understand that golf can like take you to the lowest of the lows.
Oh,
also,
yes.
Yeah, the highs and the highs, but the lows are lows. So I didn't golf for 6 years, and then I took it back up in COVID.
And a lot of people did that as well, I think. Yeah.
And I actually came back, and I wasn't at the place. I was probably like a mid-handicapper when I first came back.
Seriously?
Yeah. No, I definitely. I just couldn't click. It didn't click. It wasn't like riding a bike, and I think. It took me a while, bit of practice, but I finally got back down to my single figures.
It's interesting, though, considering you were really low single figures as a kid, and then it took a little while to get back to that level where you're kind of now at, I guess.
Yeah. So, as I say, it's taken quite a while to get back to this the single figures, but now, like, I feel like every season, like I said, I'm trying to get there. I can't get there, but now I'm wanting to give myself a little bit more accountability and start a podcast with you.
So we're actually doing this then. We're starting a podcast, and you said the word accountability there. Like, so are you saying you feel like what's holding you back is you haven't like effectively held yourself to account? You haven't maybe made a good enough plan each season? Is that what you're saying, kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely say that. I think I've just kind of been going with the wind, just playing rounds, having a good round, having a bad round.
Right.
And then at the end of the season, as you know, it comes by so quickly.
Yes.
And I'm just not like at the place where I want to be 0.0.
Okay, so you're saying then,
let's
start a podcast.
Let's start a podcast.
I guess that is a really, really committed way of holding yourself accountable to your targets or to try and meet your goals. Like this is like really putting it out there, I suppose.
Yeah. But we spoke a little bit too much about myself here. I think we should throw it back to you and ask you the question. How low can you go, Dave?
Okay, so my current handicap is 15.6. Okay. So any kind of Googling that I've done recently is telling me that statistically I am around what's maybe the definition of an average golfer. Okay, so the average golfer, according to the stats that I'm reading, is around a kind of 15, 16 mark. So I'm sort of right bang average golfer right now. And I really want to be a good golfer, Chris.
Yeah, don't we all? Don't we all want to be a good golfer?
Like I'm speaking for a lot of people here, but I really want to be a good golfer, which I guess sort of presents a question I've got to throw back at you is like you as a as a really good player, like
Okay.
let's be honest here, like you're a really, really good golfer, a 2 handicap, that's excellent golf. What does someone like you, those kind of low single figure players, what do you think is a good golfer? Like, what do you view as a good golfer?
Okay, let me just say, I don't have the final say, obviously, of what a good golfer is,
Of course.
but what I'd go with is saying someone that can probably shoot under 95-ish. I think
Really?
someone that can get around the course. I think it's just more someone that can get around the course and like you're not spending the whole... Don't get me wrong, I don't speak for everyone, and this might sound like a Switzerland answer and whatever like that, but I've put a figure on it, but I would say under 95, like kind of golfer.
Seriously. Like,
Yeah.
because I would say there's a perception out there, and I've certainly felt like this before as a mid-handicapper or a high handicapper. Oh, those guys, those low single-digit guys, those kind of guys close to scratch, there's no way they would want to play golf with me. You know, I would just frustrate them. Is that not the case for
No,
you?
for me, no, it's not. Like
Really?
like I've got quite a few friends when I've said like, "Oh, do you want to get a game of golf?" They're like, "Oh, I'm not going to play with you. Like, oh, you'll be raging the whole time just watching me like hit balls out of bounds." But at the same time, I'm like when I came back into golf in COVID, I was playing with a couple of guys from work.
Yeah.
And they were like mid-handicappers, so we were getting our game in and stuff like that, and like I was hitting the bad shots. Don't get me wrong, like I will shoot a 95 at some point as well. Like,
What?
yeah,
No way.
no, like something would have to be going pretty wrong for me,
Think drastically wrong.
and I might take that sabbatical 6 years off again. But yeah, no, like I'd say like 95. That's where I'd play with like golfers like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, that's interesting because I think, you know, as we've discussed, there's a lot of guys would feel like, oh, I'd be too embarrassed to play with a really, really good golfer like yourself. But interesting that you don't view it like that. Yeah.
and let me ask you this: have you ever been in have you been in a position before where you've been shooting in the 95s, the hundreds, like where, like, because obviously, what's your handicap now?
15.6.
Right.
And
So
I'm saying, yeah,
has
I
a-
really want to be a good golfer. If you had seen how bad I was, though,
Right.
Chris, I actually think 15.6 is a really good achievement so
Yeah.
far in my golf career, my golf journey, whatever you want to call it. Like, I was as bad as you will see.
Okay.
Like, when
Go into it. This is a safe place. You can talk to us about it too.
well, like, if we're talking like kind of 10, 12 years ago, like, I would obsessively go to the driving range, but I didn't play very much golf.
Okay.
Like, I didn't play like rounds of golf, but like, as I say, I would obsessively go to the driving range. I have like read crazy amounts of books about golf.
Yeah.
I have taken probably more golf lessons than I would care to admit to.
Okay. Yep.
Like, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I have like obsessed over this game, and I don't think I'm alone. I think there's a lot of people who have done this. But like, in all honesty, I was so bad at golf. Like, I was shocking. I couldn't keep the ball in play ever. I was losing like 10 balls, maybe more around. I would say easily like one of, if not the worst golfer
really?
among my mates.
Okay. So
Like,
would I play
all
with
my
you?
friends. Like, yeah, rarely is when you would play with me. Like, we were talking big triple figure numbers that I would be shooting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a quick story on this, actually. And I'm not sure if I've shared this with anyone before, but
It's the safe place. It's a safe place. You can do it.
so like many years ago, I went on holiday with an ex-girlfriend and her family.
Okay.
Okay, and her dad was a really good golfer. Her brothers were good golfers. We were at this place called the Manga. It's a pretty popular resort in Spain. There's some good golf courses there.
Okay.
And yeah, he had organised this big golf day with like loads of his mates coming along to play.
Oh, no, I can see where this is going.
And like, as I said, I have tried a lot at golf. I've tried hard, and everyone knew that I'd tried really hard. I'd gone to the range. I'd been working at like my game.
Yeah.
And it just was beyond dreadful. Like,
Okay.
I would say my body rejected any notion of a golf swing when I was out there. Like, it was, like, I sometimes describe it as the meltdown in Manga.
The meltdown in Manga.
Honestly, I couldn't hit the ball, Chris. And when I did, I was hacking it all over the place.
Yeah.
Must have lost like pretty much every ball in my bag.
Yeah.
It was carnage. And like I was saying, I've never told anyone this before.
Okay.
But I was so broken by the end of it.
Yeah.
I cried.
Oh, no, not in front of them. Please
No.
Right, okay.
No, like,
okay.
to be fair, not publicly, but
Okay.
I got back to the place we were staying.
Yeah.
I jumped in the pool.
Oh, no.
And I took myself to a corner and I cried.
Not an underwater cry. Not an underwater cry.
I would say I kind of wept.
Oh.
You know, I was just, honestly.
Were they there? Did they see you in the corner of the pool crying?
No, hopefully not. And that's what I mean. I've kept this like my dark little golf secret. But yeah, a very different tale to your golf story.
Okay.
But after that, I quit golf for quite a while, which was probably a mercy for all concerned. So to cut a long story short, I was an atrocious golfer. And like I say, to even get to being an average golfer where like I only now feel sort of accepted sort of in golfing circles at like our home course, for example. So there has been some improvement, but like the way I've described with putting in so much time, so much effort, and let's face it, putting in a lot of money into this game that we obsess over.
Yes.
I feel like the progress has been so gradual, but I know, you know, there's a very long-winded way of trying to answer your question because trying to kind of establish what I would consider to be a good golfer.
Yeah.
So you've said like scratch is kind of where you're going, and that like is like the holy grail of golf for amateur golfers, I would say, like that kind of mountaintop. But I would also say that like kind of single figures golf, that has a bit of an aura around it.
Yeah, of course it does, yeah.
You get a lot of guys saying like, oh, look at these guys and these girls off single digits, you know, that's really impressive. So
single figures.
My mates, if they're listening, are going to laugh if they hear me say this. But yeah, I'm an average golfer. I want to be a good golfer, Chris. For me, I think that means single digit golf. I think that means shooting in the 70s. I have actually never shot in the 70s. I've never broken 80, which is really good golf. I think like breaking 80 is very, very impressive. Anyone who goes out there and breaks 80 is doing really, really well. So I would really love to break 80. I've occasionally shot some low 80s numbers.
Been close.
I've shot some 9-hole rounds where I've broken 40, but I've never gone the whole way and broken 80. So I am going to hang myself out to dry and say within 6 months, by the end of this 2025 season, I'm going to go from an average golfer to a single digit golfer. Come on.
So you're going to go from an average golfer to a single digit golfer, and you're going to break 80 in that time as well.
Well, I'm going to need to, aren't I?
Well, if you're throwing an extra bit out there, well, I'm going to have to admit something on this podcast. And I don't like, I'm not sad about this. Well, no, I am actually. What am I talking about? I am sad about this, but I'm not embarrassed to say this. I've never had a hole-in-one.
Really?
Yeah, no, never. Not that I deserve to have one, but it's one thing. That's another thing that just sits in my head rent-free. I've never had a hole-in-one.
I guess, again, there's probably the assumption that any guys of your level have probably had hole-in-ones a number of times, but
not me.
it is like statistically extremely difficult to do.
I'm gonna put it out there though. If I put it out there, then hopefully it happens. Honestly, every par 3 that I'm at, I'm like, it comes in, it's in my head. It's in my head. I'm like, imagine if you get hole-in-one here.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. So,
Wow, that's one thing that I've done better than you in golf. I've had a hole-in-one before
where did you have that hole in one?
at our home course on the 13th.
Did you get the picture and everything like that?
Okay, so there is a bit of a caveat here. So
Right.
I was on my own at the time, so
That's a it's a good question. Does
that
that count? Yeah. Does that count?
on.
Yeah, I think it does. Was anybody around to see it?
so I filmed myself picking the ball out of the hole when I realised that
Okay.
it had been a hole-in-one,
Yeah.
and I shouted to the random guys behind me. I was like, hole-in-one, hole-in-one.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was nobody there to see it.
I personally think that it's a hole in one. I'll say that, but that's what I'm going for. So I'm going for 0.0 and scratch, and you're going for single figures and breaking 80.
Okay. And you're throwing in as a bonus,
Yeah.
can you get a hole-in-one?
Yeah.
So we're going to follow,
Yeah.
we're going to track our progress.
Yes.
We're going to film as many of these par threes, maybe some par fours, who knows?
Now we're getting a little bit
See
out
if
there.
we can get ourselves a hole-in-one captured this season in 2025.
Are we doing this?
Looks like we are, yeah.
Right, we got a shake on it then.
Okay, so starting a podcast, we're getting to our targets. You're going to get the scratch.
Yeah,
I'm going to get the single figures. 6 months' time. Let's go.
let's do it.
Can Chris reach golf's holy grail and get to scratch in the next 6 months?
Can Dave go from an average golfer to a good golfer in the next 6 months?
Can Chris get himself a hole-in-one along the way in the next 6 months? He's never had one, bless him.
Can Dave break 80 for the first time in the next 6 months and turn those tears of pain in Manga to tears of joy?
Come and join us on the journey on
How low can you go?
Here, Chris, can you imagine if, like, by the end of all this, like, I became a better golfer than you? Can you imagine? Like, would you be all right with that?
This is why I love you, Dave. Like, it's your sense of humor. You just got such a good sense of humor. Let me just say, just keep dreaming, buddy.
Could happen.
Just keep dreaming.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.